Daddy, Randy, Martin.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another episode of Hot Wheels Dad. Today's video, I wanted to make it all about the F-150, which is why we're chilling here. We're hanging out inside of the car. I wanted to give you guys kind of an update. I've had the truck for just over a year. In this video, I wanted to talk about ownership over the last year. Having owned the truck for just over a year, I wanted to talk about miles per gallon. I wanted to talk about comfort. I wanted to talk about durability. I wanted to talk about ride and just give you guys kind of an update as far as 1 year of ownership. I did have a truck for about a year. It was a Chevy Colorado. If you guys want to go check out some of those old videos, I talked about why I traded in the Chevy Colorado for the F-150, and still today, guys, I have no regrets in trading that truck in. I still love my F-150. I plan on keeping it for a while. I don't plan on trading it anytime soon. If you guys know me, you guys know that I do like going through cars pretty quickly, but this one, guys, I'm gonna keep it for a while. Let's talk about a question that you guys actually ask often when I post my videos to social media, or I post on Instagram, or I talk on Facebook. And one of those questions is, after lifting the truck, what is your miles per gallon? And I gotta say, guys, I don't really keep track of my miles per gallon. I have just under 15,000 miles on the truck right now. As you guys can see, 14,911 miles at the moment. So after 1 year, I'm just over the standard 12,000 miles a year driven. I gotta say, guys, when I do drive, like I said, I don't really pay attention to the miles per gallon. I bought a V8 truck. I know it's not gonna get the best fuel economy. To answer your guys' question, let's go into the data here. Okay, so I am averaging 13.0 miles per gallon. There. If you look at the sticker on these trucks, I believe it's like 17 miles per gallon city and like 20 something maybe highway. And so, like I said, it's not that big a deal to me personally what I get miles per gallon wise. I like to have fun in the truck, you guys. You guys have seen some of my old off-road videos. You guys have seen that I like to get out, have a good time in the truck, get on it, do donuts. I love the sound of the truck, that Corsa Extreme exhaust. Man, you guys, I can't get enough of it. So when you're driving down the highway and you're just cruising and you think to yourself, oh, let me hear that Corsa roar. So you get on it. To answer your guys' question, does it get the best gas mileage? No. Now, what I can say is I can't give you guys a complete answer as to whether or not after the lift, did it hurt it or not. When you guys ask that question, I don't really have an answer for you. So I wanted to get on here and kind of talk about on the video after the 1 year of owning it. That way you guys can refer to this video whenever you guys have that question. The next question that I get a lot about is ride quality. Has the ride quality been sacrificed after doing the 6-inch lift? And to answer your guys' question, the answer is no. I did not notice one difference after lifting the truck. Now, to be fair, I only had the truck for about a month and a half before lifting the truck, but some guys, they get the truck and they take it straight to doing the lift. For me, my experience, I did not notice a difference. And the reason why I think that is because if you do a full-on lift, and I want to do a video about this later, I want to do a comparison video between a lifted truck and a truck that has a level on it. And for somebody who has owned both, I think that's a really good comparison type to do. If it's something that you guys want to see, or that video is something that you guys would want me to actually make, let me know down in the comments. I'll try and get that video set up for you guys. And the reason why I want to do that is because leveling a truck and lifting a truck is completely different. If you want to level a truck, you're gonna get a little bit of a better deal over doing a full-on lift on a truck. If your budget kind of entails leveling a truck, by all means level your truck if it's the look that you're going for. But for me, after leveling my Chevy Colorado, I wanted to test out what it was like to do a full-on lift on a truck, and I'm glad that I did. Like I said, it was kind of expensive, and I'll probably do another video on the amount of money that I have spent on the mods that I've done in my truck. The last video that I did on the F150, it was strictly about all of the mods, and I think you guys would like to see what I've spent on the truck, and so I'll probably do that later on in the future. But back to the lift, it's not something that I regret one bit. So I'll go ahead and do that video later. But ride quality, like I said, hasn't been compromised. With the lift, you get a drop down bracket, and it doesn't change the angles of the normal operation of the suspension. So to me, it rides just like stock. You're just sitting a little bit higher. All of the angles, all of the CV angles, none of that changes. After I leveled my Colorado, it felt like you were seriously on a bumpy road all the time. I couldn't even take speed bumps fast. In this truck, speed bumps I can, you know, just roll right over, and it feels like a regular truck going over a speed bump. With my Chevy Colorado, I had to slow down for all the speed bumps because going over, it felt like you were on a stiff spring. And a lot of that had to do with the fact that it was just a level, it was new springs and shocks, and that's really it. I kind of want to give a little easy explanation as to kind of why it felt like that. So with the level, it basically just added the struts and springs in the front, and the springs were stiffer than stock. So I want you guys to kind of imagine, I don't know if you can, but if you put a spring on your arm, and for instance, if it's the stock spring, it's a little less stiff, and so when you go over a bump, it feels nice and smooth like that. You know, the arm bends, it feels nice and smooth. But let's say you put a stiffer spring on there, it holds your arm straight and you can't move your arm as much. So if you were to go over a bump, it just kind of feels super bumpy like that, and it feels like you're straight armed all the time. I guess that's kind of the best way to explain it. It just wasn't the best of ride quality to me, and that's the reason why I decided to go with the lift. Now, it's been just about a year since I've done the lift, and you guys, like I said, it's great. I have no complaints about it. I would lift a truck again. Next thing I wanted to talk about is comfort. So we're a family of 3. I have a 2-year-old daughter. My wife and I, you know, we take the truck everywhere we go. We've taken it to Big Bear, we've taken it to the desert, you know, we've taken it off-road, and comfort as far as that goes, if you're going to be traveling, it's something that I extremely love about the truck. And super comfortable. There's plenty of room in here. You know, we can ride with the baby, and all this stuff, all this room over here can be storage for food, can be storage for luggage, whatever. And that's before even getting into the bed of the truck. We have all that space back there to keep everything that we're going to be using if we're going to be going on a trip. And so that was huge for us, the fact that being able to have this as a family car or a family truck. And you know, my wife has her SUV. We have a car that has plenty of room, but at the end of the day, this is our family car. So if you want to talk about comfort, over the course of the last year, no complaints in comfort. The ride is great, everything is amazing. You know, you have everything that you need here. I have the XLT package. I don't need anything more. Navigation, you have heated seats, you have the air conditioner, 4-wheel drive, but everything here as far as convenience goes, everything's here. Let's talk about payload real quick. Now, I want to say the F150 in this package, the payload is 3,000 pounds, and I have loaded the truck up with quite a bit of weight. You guys have seen in my last few videos on my Amazon retail arbitrage videos, we put a pretty large pallet, and it handles it perfectly. You know, driving down the highway, I can drive at 70 miles an hour. I don't even know that there's something in the back of the truck. I'm gonna put a video for you guys right here with the forklift loading the pallet into the back of the truck. If you guys look at it, I was a little worried from the outside. I was a little worried that I was gonna get quite a bit of squat to it after loading it in there, but the forklift drops it down and you can barely even see the truck move. Watch this baby squat. That should be good. Sure? Yeah, perfect. Sweet. right, let's do a quick walk around real quick with the pallet loaded up. I don't know how much those pallets weigh, but you know, I would say a good 1,500 to 2,000 pounds. If you guys are going to be using it as a work vehicle, it's going to handle most of the stuff that you're going to throw at it. Sand, rocks, lumber, whatever you're going to put back there, it's going to be able to handle it just fine. For me, whatever I use the truck for, it handles it just perfect. You know, I don't need an F250. I love the F250. I've seen the new ones. I've seen the new 2021. I believe it's called the Tremor. One of the guys down the street, when we go for walks, one of the guys down the street has one. He has a white one, and it is a beautiful truck. I would lift it. If I had one, I would do all of that. I have my side business, and that's really all that I use the truck for whenever I need to. I wear a suit and tie to work to my regular job, and so, you know, I pull up into work in a suit and tie in a lifted F-150. I use it on the weekends as a truck, and that's really it. So as far as a truck goes, I don't need a big truck. This F-150 does it. It's perfect. It does everything I need, and I absolutely love it. The issues that I have with my engine, I had that squeaky noise. They completely took care of it with the TSB that was released. You guys can see that video. You can watch that video before. And the other noises, that 2,500 RPM, that kind of squeaky noise that it's making, it still makes it. I think it's the throttle body. I think it's the way that the blades open, kind of when the throttle body opens at that particular RPM, and it's the airflow over the top of the throttle body. I roll my windows up, I turn the radio on, and I don't really even hear it anymore. It bothered me at first because it was a brand new truck. You know, you pay $50,000 for a brand new truck, and it's making this noise. It's kind of one of those things that it's just something that your ear just learns to tune out after a little bit, and you just don't even really notice it anymore. So that noise is still there. The bed noise is still there when you kind of go over a little bump and it creaks. Doesn't bother me anymore. And the last thing the truck still does is that little rattle noise at cold when you first start it up in the morning and you give it a little gas and let off. It makes that little rattle noise. Still does it. Ford knows about it. Ford acknowledges that it does it. The 5.0 engine does it, and it is kind of how it is. Now, having said that, almost 15,000 miles on the truck. There are people who are running this truck, you know, 2018, 2019, and they have 25, 30,000 miles. They drive a lot. The trucks are still running. They haven't quit on them. And basically, time is going to tell. Are these trucks going to go 100,000 miles? Yeah, maybe they will. But, you know, we won't know until people who drive their trucks a lot hit that milestone, and then we'll start to see. So I plan on keeping the truck still under warranty. If something goes wrong, definitely I'm taking it to the dealership. But those little tiny things, little tiny noises, at the moment, they have kind of stopped bothering me. The oil consumption. Okay, so you guys ask about the oil consumption all the time. For me, I change my oil every 3,000 miles. If it's burning 1 quart of oil per every 1,000 miles, which kind of everybody is noticing, for me, at that mark, it's gonna burn 3 quarts of oil, and the truck typically takes about 9 quarts when we change the oil. So for me, I don't really notice it. I do pull a dipstick out before taking it into the dealer for an oil change, and it hasn't been low. So if my truck is doing it, I don't really notice it because I am changing my oil every 3,000 miles. So for you guys are seeing it. You know, I feel for you guys. My recommendation for you is to check your dipstick and change your oil more frequently, and you know, that'll be the biggest help for you guys as far as if the truck is consuming oil more than it should be. Okay, you guys, so to sum it up, I plan on keeping the truck for a few more years to come. I don't plan on getting rid of it. I plan on keeping it, driving it, and really just enjoying ownership of the F-150. I don't plan on getting rid of it. I don't plan on selling it. I plan on keeping it. After 1 year, to sum it up, 1 year, love it. The F-150 gets a lot of attention. I love it. I take it to the gas station. People ask about it all the time. It's a beautiful truck, and it's something that I really love, that it grabs attention from people. People tell me they love the truck all the time. So if you guys plan on buying one, do it by all means. No matter what engine you get, the 3.5, the 2.7, the 5.0, doesn't matter. You guys get one, promise you're gonna love it. You guys, I want to thank you for tuning in to another episode of my channel, Hot Wheels Dad. Thank you for coming back and watching another video. Over 600 subscribers now, you guys. Thank you so much. Plan is to get to 1,000 by the end of the year. I have a feeling you guys are gonna get me there. Love it. If you guys can think of any other questions that you have as far as ownership of the F-150, go ahead and ask me. I will answer them for you down in the comment. Don't forget to check out all my other videos that I have with owning this F-150, the journey that has brought me to this 1-year video. Please check them out. I will link a few of them in the description down below. That way you guys can kind of see how far I've come with owning the vehicle. Please check them out. If you guys like the content, want to see more F-150, give me a like, give me a subscribe, and I will get whatever you guys want to see up on the channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. Love you guys. And always remember, you are the maker of your own story, so don't forget to make it legendary. Peace.